Okay, there's three ways to make a sink. This is the old-fashioned way. See how there's three pieces here? You make the bowls, you make the top, and then you weld them together. You can see the edge there. The other way to notice these, see how it's kind of a beveled edge around there? Okay, that's because they have to grind, after they weld it together, they have to grind it off. Now this was a very good sink at one time. Our sinks, we press each individual bowl and then weld them together. What that allows us to do is to control the stressing, particularly along the center rim. Okay, if you look on ours, you will see a weld mark down between the bowls. Okay. Now, recently with the price, in order to meet the price, a lot of guys are pressing both bowls at the same time, cold pressing both bowls. When you do that, and I don't mean to pick on anybody, but see the couple marks in the edge there, like little dimples, okay? That is part of the process of cold pressing them. Okay? About 3/4 of the sinks you do this way will have a dimple somewhere. Most often, it's on the inside corners or on that inside seam, because when you're doing both at the same time, you're stretching the centerpiece a lot. Okay, now, the third way to make it is annealing. This is an Eclipse sink, and it pressed both bowls at the same time, but they anneal it, meaning they press it and heat it, press it and heat it, and press it and heat it, and you don't get those defects in the corners of things. Okay, now, we put this stiffener on here, this extra piece of steel here to stiffen it. We are now going to the brace across. It makes it feel better, because the first thing anybody does is pick up a sink is they pick it up like this. Okay, that brace just makes it feel a little better. Other than that, it's the same thing.
That's like the 402?
That is a 402/16.
Okay,
right.
That's
the 402 is annealed
the
now.
cheaper one.
The 402 is also pressed from a 16 gauge piece of steel, so it's a little lighter than our other ones.